Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen.
Good afternoon.
That's nice. And that's full of energy, and that's what we need. Because it is your energy that has pushed these kids here, and it's your energy which in turn will return that energy to your parents with all the achievements that you're going to have. So the 6 years or 7 years of short period that you're going to have, I would call it a very short period because you are in such a profession that there is no retirement there. You can see other people retiring, taking rest, staying back at home. The senior you are, the more age you have, the more experience you have, the higher your value becomes. That I suppose you understand that better. And here, after listening to all of them in the morning, what they spoke, I've seen different students. I would say the gist of all this is, where should your energy be? Because I have said 6 years is a very short span, because if I take this hand and this is your entire life, I think this is your study period. Now during study period, what is the focus that I need? What is my primary focus? Today's subjects, I should finish it today. If you don't finish it, at the end of 6 years, what is it you have it in your hand? With a lot of black stars. We want shining stars, we don't want black stars. Because however great cook your mom is, if she cooks everything a very beautifully laid table, decorative, and in a sweet dish, instead of sugar, she has put salt. And where she has to put salt, she has put nothing. Do you enjoy that food? Do you enjoy it? So with all your efforts, with all your WhatsApp and YouTube and Instagram and everything, all that enjoyment that you are having is like your sweet dish with salt. When you come back, we as parents, what do we expect from you? Are we asking you to fund your education? See, we are in the eastern side of the world. Eastern culture is such a rich culture that parents don't expect anything in materialistic value from the kids. Not that the Westerners are doing it, but then there, the emotional ground is different from what we have here. Here, as a parent, if I'm as a parent here, I'm also a parent, what I would say is, I am ready to fund any amount for the comfort of my child. Do you agree with that point? Everything, I can see every dad and mom here getting emotional, trying to give their best to you. They have compromised and they didn't get an opportunity to study abroad. They were not given that kind of comfort from their parents because it was a question of affordability. If you look at what education your parents had, how they walked to school, what uniform they wore, how they lived, they never had any dining table, they never had any car, they never had all these comforts of mobile, internet, and here for you, your breath will stop if there's no internet. Do you agree? And who's providing that internet to you? And so where is your breath now? It's lying here. Yes? Yes or no? Yes. And in return, with all the lakhs and crores of rupees that they spend, what is it that the parents are expecting from you? What is it they're expecting? Just a paper with the degree DR. Just 2 letters. Are they asking for a big thing? Are we asking for more? We are not expecting any return, financial return from them, am I right? Absolutely. So here, what is it that you need? In your 6 years' time, allocation of time for your mobile, internet, friends, parties, birthdays, celebrations should be less than 6%. Today's study should be today. If there is any candidate who is trying to instigate you, we can study tomorrow. Dump that person. They are toxic people who are not able to do and also draining your energy. Usually what happens, every parent says, my child is good, only her friend has spoiled her. Every parent says that. But it is no friend will spoil you because it is you who have a weakness that you give in when somebody says. If I say, come let's eat ice cream and you have cold and cough, you should have the guts to say, I am not interested in eating. You need to show that kind of energy and I need to see that bubbly nature in you. When you are ready to achieve something, it should be determination. It has to manifest. See, suppose somebody has organized this party. To organize this party, get together, gathering, orientation, whatever you call it, what went into the background? First, it was a thought process. Your study today, your parents was a thought process first, having a child. Then balancing their financials, putting it in bank, putting you in a proper school. First comes the thought, then comes the action, then comes the result. So here, what I would see in a lot of students, because I have trained lakhs of students, I was in the academics as well as in the industry for the last 34 years. And I also got a chance to spend time with, 2017, I got a chance to spend with students in China for a month as well. What I noticed, unfortunately, not with everybody I would say, but with a few students where there is a deviation from your path. When there is a deviation from your path, this 6 years if you struggle, 60 years later you are enjoying. This 6 years if you enjoy, next 60 years you will suffer. What ratio, which one do you want? A versus B or B versus A? Struggle versus happiness. This 6 years, yes, polio dose is given to a child, to a baby. It is a poke. It's very hurting for a parent, for a newborn baby to take and give an injection. And that whole day the child has fever. And there is bitterness there. And mother is also suffering, the baby is also suffering. But the parents are ready to put up with that because 1 day of tolerance will result in polio-free, healthy child at a later stage. Yes or no? So that bitter pill is a short period. So 6 years, don't look at it as a bitter pill because I said it's polio. When will it be over? Don't say that. Enjoy yourself, but there has to be a segment where you have to draw a line. You should be strong enough. If she says, come, let's go for a movie, you say, no, this week I'm not going for a movie. This week I'm not eating this. This week I'm avoiding this. Because my target here is enjoy the rest of my life. Enjoy the rest of the period. Because if this whole thing is your life, this is a short period here. I keep telling the students there. Nobody can motivate you because everybody from morning they have been saying this and all. And every day in the morning again your parents also say that, every day in the call they say that. But it is you who have to manifest that thought, bring it into action and bring the result. The end result is equal to question mark. What? Are you a doctor? Are you a failure? Are you a 26% or are you a 62%? That's in your hand. I can take the horse to the pond. You must have heard that saying. So here, if there is somebody who's achieved something, who's got confidence, who can speak, what do you think would have done in the background? If your dad has achieved something, your mom has achieved something, if they've done something, what do you think they would have done in the background? You think we didn't enjoy life? Yes, I enjoyed my life. I was a backbencher in college. We were called the LLBs because the Lords of the Last Bench. I saw every first day, first movie, first show. Everything, yes, on the cards. Jumping on the walls, jumping out of college, bunking classes. We didn't do? Yes, we did. But we also did what was absolutely necessary to stand here today very confidently, tall in front of you. When I say I'm standing tall in front of you, there were students once, I remember addressing the gathering in JNT University, there were 600 students saying, ooh, tall, 5 feet, somebody said. I said, yeah, 5 feet, I feel proud about it because I'm not short of my thoughts. My thoughts are rich. My achievement is great. That is the confidence level. Whether you are 2 feet or 20 feet, doesn't matter. How confident are you to hold and speak and address a gathering? Yes, of course, this is a different profession, but tomorrow. And then another point that they were stressing is importance on the language. Why a language? Today if you see a doctor here, suppose there is a doctor here, you want to go and speak to a doctor, and doctor is, say, a person who is a Russian. He's come here. Now you want to convey your message. You want to tell him, I have pain here, I have pain here, I have pain here. What is the language you're going to use? Your local language. Yes? Will you speak to the doctor in Russian? No. So you are going to be a doctor there. The locals will come to you for treatment because you need to have your practicals. And when you don't understand the language, you are again the salt in the sweet dish. So that is also important to you. So do enjoy, give a certain time, firmly put a no to those candidates who are trying to deviate you. In fact, bring them to your strength. You be the leader, you take the way, and then you move forward. And then funds. I have seen a lot of students asking their parents where they need 20, they ask for 40, but the parents are sending 80. I think here I have a complaint against the parents. Please don't fund your candidates more than what they require, because this is a vulnerable age. They want to have parties. Parties can wait for 6 years. 1 year let them, because she has spent on giving cokes and cakes. Your family may or may not be in a position to afford it. Even if you can afford it, I would say put a stop. Don't show your love through finance. Restrict it to a certain extent where they are comfortable but not luxury. Don't give them luxury. They have to earn their luxury. They have to earn it. When you cook something at home, if you've made an effort, you've made some article, somebody has appreciated, that thrill is different from what you get free of cost. So here again, parents, don't try to show your love because they are there. They have not come for Diwali, they have not come for Dasara. This year birthday also I missed. I would have bought a dress. Please put a full stop to your love. Your love need not be flying in terms of bank transfers. This is one thing I would like to tell all the parents, because I have seen candidates with so much currency with them that they are blowing up and you don't know what they are doing. And they would not tell you, their age is such. They would not tell you the right things because you won't appreciate it. Right? This is, I am sorry if I have crossed my line to say what it is, but as a parent I know what it is, and as a candidate I have seen personally that this has to be from your side. Do not pamper them in the wrong direction. Yes, give all your love and affection when they come here, take them out for parties, have your enjoyment. And here also, do not ask them for more than what you need than the essentials. Try to live a limited life these 6 years. Understand, conversion is not easy, in the sense, if it is whatever is the financial position, your parents are not in those Ambani group where they can simply keep like kites, they don't fly into the air, the notes won't fly. Even if they do it, I don't think, you should earn it, but you should not grab it. That is what I would like to say. Anyway, the candidates here again, do not take the wrong path. You are quickly deported if you are deviating from your path. Rules and regulations are very stringent in the country, right from crossing the road. Here, I can cross the road even if there is a lorry, I'll put my hand and I'll walk away. It doesn't go like that in other countries. There is a proper norm for everything and there's a place for everything. If you have to cross, you have to use the zebra crossing. This is just an example for you to say what is discipline. If you have to get up at that time, yes, it is very difficult because being a cold country, though it is centrally air conditioned and you have all those situations, it is very difficult to get up in a cold country to catch up with the morning course. Yes, it is difficult, but once you throw your sheet away and you get up and you have the heat in you, nothing can stop you. No cold wave can hit you. Because I don't want cold people, we don't want cool people. We want only hot people. Yes? As a parent, every child sitting here, what I want as a mom is, I want you to come out in flying colors. Why do you think they would have taken all the efforts to call in people from different walks of life to talk here? It's not that you don't know. But then, sometimes, somewhere it hits somebody at certain point. Even if I can make that change in one person's life, I think I'm blessed. And you need it. You need that because you take it very easily. But then tomorrow you come out with a crying face when you don't have the DR with you. You have no other profession left for you. An engineer can go and open a mechanic shop. Another guy can go and open an internet shop. Another person can do some business there, open a bookshop. But you have no other choice and you have voluntarily walked into it. And all of you I've heard saying that it's my passion from my childhood. And then I have asked them to maintain that poverty with you. Poverty in finance. But here we don't want the poverty of thought with you. What is poverty of thought? I say, what is your dream? I say, I'll see after I get my marks. No, I will see. What do you will see? My dream is to become an air hostess. My dream is to become a pilot. My dream is to become a big surgeon. Say it with confidence. Because the first comes the thought, then comes the action towards it, and then comes the manifestation. If the man has not planned that biryani with all the ingredients, first he has designed the menu and the items in his mind, nothing would surface here. Somebody said that there will be a huge metal piece flying in the air. So people laughed at them. So the Wright brothers brought in the aeroplane and nobody believed. You throw a small pin and it falls down, and how is it an aeroplane is flying in the air? How do you think people have achieved it? Because it's the thought. So what are the thoughts you are having day in and day out? I may not get my marks here, I'll fail, this fellow will ask me this question for sure, this subject I didn't study, this chapter question only is going to come. You say that and it will happen. Yes? So what are you going to say? There should be no poverty of thought. Never speak negative. Keep saying positive things. Move in the positive direction. Only that, brush it aside. Stop it, stop it, stop it, tell yourself. Then you know it's going to be high energy and high success rate for you. All that we need at the end of every session or every week is, even if your parents say, I love you, you tell them you love them and you show them all the pictures and all. If you show a mark sheet with 10 on 10, they will not eat for the next 4 days. That will be their happiness and hunger leveled off. Do you agree with me? Yes, parents? That is what is needed. We are not going to give you more, but yes, have your enjoyment, have your parties, but don't simply, because you've got a room to stay or you don't want to stay in the dorms, do not go deviated, because we have seen students after coming to the second year, third year, moving out, brushing aside your culture, not getting into the proper place, and then coming out as a failure, and later on, somebody's child is doing so good, this child's son's uncle's daughter is doing that. We don't want to hear all stories. I want to hear, my son is the best. My daughter is doing the best thing in the world. That is what is needed from you by these people. Yes? So here, poverty of thought, action, great thoughts, no negativity, today's work today, rules and regulations strictly followed, no deviation in illegal matters, any kind of transactions, wasting time on mobiles. Instead, put it on your subject. Don't get into people who are toxic, because I'm using your medical language, toxicity. If the person says, let's go for a movie, dump that person for that week. If they are fine, they'll come back to you. If they don't come back, don't crave. You are your best friend. You have a lot of things to do, and we have created that journal and all, because whenever there is somebody who's coming to your house, you show them your albums, your pictures. Every time you show them, you're also watching them. Yes or no? Yes? You're watching them. Why is it? Because that's sweet memories. And why do you need memories? That is another pill for your hunger. It is needed. It's not just roti, kapda, makan. It's everything else that you need to keep yourself happy. So once you go there, how do you feel on day one? Write a small para. Leave it there. After 5 years, you'll laugh at it, but you'll enjoy it. So use the book appropriately. It is needed. Hello, look at me. I'm looking better now. You need to look at me, because I am the only one and you are the only one. Only 2 people here. Yes? Am I not beautiful? Yes? That is what is attention, because I don't want you to deviate from your path. This is the example I was trying to give you. Because somebody has walked in, you're looking at him. Why do you have to look at him? Who's the person who's speaking now? I need your attention. Yes? So I made it very clear, I want you to look at me. Yes? And I'm saying, yes, I'm beautiful. Yes? So that is what your deviation and your concentration should be. Is just an example, whether you endorse it or not. But that's the focus that is required for you to ensure that you climb up, and after 6 months in your CV, in your resume, in your curriculum vitae, what is it that you can add? Black stars or bright stars? What did you achieve? Did you do any certificate course? Did you do any additional programs? Did you pick up any? Because there are so many today if you see the internet. Weekend you get. Weekend is not for enjoyment. You don't need to get up at 11 o'clock. You all are not 70, 80. Even at 70, 80 people don't get up at 11. So it is only a myth that your body needs rest. Whenever you are tired, you sleep. The next moment you wake up, you need to wake up quickly, because your body is already resumed the normal activity and it has got the energy, and the cell regeneration is already done. And what you need to do is, what is next? In the next 6 months, what am I going to add in my curriculum vitae? I have failed in 3 subjects. I have wasted 400 euros, and I have seen 14 films, and I have had 6 parties. That is going to get you a big anda in your life at a later stage. Big zero. You want to be a hero or you want to be a zero is in your hand. Even if your parents are willing to send the money, maintain an account with your own self. If you are trying to tell somebody, I have done that, if you have not done, it's not you cheating somebody, you're cheating yourself. Again, it is thought which is negative, which is going to drain you, and that is whatever you say is going to happen. Whatever you say is going to happen. That reminds me of a small story that I was saying. Divine line, most of you are spiritual. Those who are not, it's okay. You can take it right. There was a person who was asking his friend, does God give you anything you ask? He says yes. Anything and everything, yes. But you know that man, that God, no, he's got only one vocabulary word with him, only one word. All that he can say is okay. He will not say anything else. So this mind said, okay, fine, but how do I ask him whatever I want? He said, whenever there is a thought in your mind, or whenever you say aloud, he can hear both. And whenever you say something, he will say okay. So you will get up and say, my day is going to be hectic today. So that man from top, he said, okay. Finished. That whole day that fellow had a traffic jam, tire burst, police caught him, he forgot his wallet, everything. The other person who got up and said, my day is going to be awesome, and then he is it. So that man sitting there is always saying okay. So what is the thought that you want to say? What is it that you have to, inside your mind or outside your mind, say what? My business is not going to work. It's being very, very difficult. It is not moving at all. The flight will anyway be delayed. Why do you say that? Why do you all say that? Instead you say, I'm going to have fantastic time. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I have had a great day. I've had great food. Instead of saying that that particular item is not good, talk about all those items which are good. Inculcate that habit, because why am I saying this is, in the other countries, the beauty point is they never ridicule an opposite person. They don't talk negative about anybody. If you see the Westerners, we were talking about one culture in the East, what is good, parents-child relationship. But if you see the other side of it, there's a beauty angle in the other countries as well, which they never degrade any person, whether in their appearance, their dressing, or you see anything, their height, weight, their whatever it is, they do not. They appreciate every aspect of a human element. We don't do that. Because if I say, you see how she is, look at her skin, she's so black, she's so dark, she's so fat, he's so tall, he's so short. If he's tall also we have a problem, the short also we have a problem. The fat also we have a problem, the thin also we have a problem. Problem is not with the tall or the short, it is with you and your mind. So where is my mind? It's in WhatsApp, it's in Instagram, it's in Facebook, or it's in your medical book. You decide. And if you say, today I will postpone, I won't study, he will say okay. Right? So that's all I want to say. I wish you a lot of good luck. Maybe very soon we and our team will come and see you there. We'll spend some jolly time. We'll celebrate. We'll have parties. We'll also see Instagrams. We'll also see Facebook. We'll also become friends. But, a small percentage of it only. The focus is your study. Today's subjects today. Today's result today. This month's curriculum this month to be completed. Yes? Yes or no?
Yes.
Energy.
Yes, ma'am.
I am 60 and see I am more energetic than 16.
Yes.
You have to agree, yes or no? Yes. That has to be it. So thank you very much. Have a wonderful time. Take off and always plan for the higher one. No landing, no grounding. It's always on the top in your thought process. Alright? You guys were right then, I didn't realize. And those who were in 80s came to 60s by wasting their time. Not everybody, of course, some of them in his room. And then he says, today he says, I would listen to whatever you say because it is your experience that we are sharing. That is what happens. So here, if they are volatile and they are a little stubborn in certain areas, you need to watch out on their weakness, stamp on it for a short period. And the first thing that you need to do is finance. It is you who are funding, especially I am sorry to say the women folk. Ladies, ఆడవాళ్ళు మీరు ప్లీజ్ మీ హస్బెండ్కి చెప్పి పాపం వాడు పాపం ఆ పిల్ల డబ్బులు పంపించండి కష్టపడుతున్నారు. ఏమీ కష్టపడరు, ఏమి కాదు, ఒక్కరోజు తినకపోతే కూడా ఏమీ కాదు. Normally, it is the women folk who are giving more money, asking your husband to send the funds. Nothing will happen even if 2 days your kids don't eat. Nothing will happen. Nothing will happen. They will come to terms. Give them, even if it is 200 extra for a genuine cause. Initially, if you stop that, where is the money for enjoyment? Unwanted enjoyment, I would say. Unwanted enjoyment. Even if you are funding them, ask for an account. Ask for an account. Because you food, yes. If you are saying 15 is for food, you give them 18, I have no issues. But if you for 15, if you are giving 30, that 18 they will spend, the remaining 12 goes into unwanted junk. They are not only ruining their physical health, but they are ruining their mental health. Unwanted internet packages or phone calls or movies, hanging out with friends. If no money, no enjoyment, only education. That is what I would say. So you can also have your fun, have your share, but cheating parents is cheating yourself first. Stop that, respect them, because if it is a God in a different form, it is our parents. Today we are here because of our parents. No parents, look at the fate of those kids who can't afford. Look at those kids who are serving us in the background today. You are blessed to sit here, and I would say just stand with 2 hands, bow down to your parents from wherever you are standing, and in your mind say thank you. Say that to your parents. To all the parents sitting here. No shy. Stand here itself and turn around and say blessed. Come on, join your hands and bow down and say thank you in your mind. That is what your parents are for you. Every parent sitting here. Every parent. And that's the blessing you get from all the parents. Every child getting blessing from every parent. So it's not one parent. You're getting 50 blessings. That is what you need to keep up. And this is no stories, this is no fake stuff. This is all genuine experience, talking out of life situations. Yes? So soon maybe we will all catch up to have a party there. Then I'll ask your parents to send some money for you. Okay? Alright parents, have a good time. Be cool. You're handing over your children to the best team I know ever. Both the junior Ram and the senior Ram and the women folk behind them are all a lot of strength for you. Trust them. The Parents Association is a wonder. There is no such support in other consultancies. Yes, they are doing their business, but business is not just business. They are ethical business. They are loving, they are caring. Not today, they will support you at a later stage as well. Do give your support as well. Don't get upset if there is a situation. Every given situation, if there is a war, if there is a corona kind of situations also, before you, they are jumping into action, keeping aside their family affairs and attending to your kids first. They have been, that's how they have been very successful in this line of business, I would say. So trust them, render your help, take their help, get in touch with the kids, and you draw your limitations and they will draw their limitations, and hand in hand, the triangle will form a beautiful moment ahead. Wish you all the best.
Medico Abroad 9959114545.